Today's question: what is potential? And how do you harness your potential? What's up, soul travelers? My name is Jordan, here from Without Bounds, your guide here to heal, uplift, and empower you. We call it Hugh for short. So let's see how we'll be adding some color to your life today. Yes, today we're looking at the seed of potential, your seed and fractal nature. Yes, how the fullest expression of something is enfolded in its seed form, aka the whole in the whole, my friend. A phrase you might have heard me bring up in a previous video. Know thyself. Yes, we're building off what we started in that video. So if you haven't yet watched it, please add it to your watch later. You don't gotta stop this one and go watch it, but add it to your watch later because you won't want to miss the gems that are in there. They are powerful. They are there for you to elevate yourself. It was in that video that I asked you, dear friend, if the whole is in the whole, if the whole, WHOLE, is in the whole, HOLE, if the fullness of a thing is in its seed, then what does it mean for you to blossom forth from your seed self? If you are your own Fibonacci sequence, then each spiraling of the sequence is you exerting your potential and actualizing in this life. Remember, dear soul traveler and master within, the unfolding of your life is the unraveling of potential from the center of the spiral, the center of the whole containing the whole of what you are. You are, first and foremost, the thought of God. And to beat a dead horse back to life, your life unfolds from a seed within God, within our higher power, that contains the whole of what you are and can become. With your actions, your thoughts, and your conduct, you move magic. You move the magic from the unmanifest whole into the manifest part of you. So, so for today, we'll start by revisiting the hole in the hole, the sleeping oak in the acorn. Yes, give me 1 second while I share my such screen here. Now, I'm doing my best to get this down right. So if you like a position on the screen better, corner, middle, whatever, um, comment. Let me know where you like seeing the screen, how big you like seeing the screen. I really don't know. I'm just trying to nail this down and get this working best I can for all y'all. But let us begin. The seed of potential. All is within you. So for today, again, we'll be revisiting the hole in the hole, the sleeping oak in the acorn, the sleeping human in the fetus. That's not right. Anyway, we're just talking about fractality, the fractality of you, with you as our shining fractal of discussion. Yes. So again, we'll be discussing. I love this. Do you love my little AI stuff? It's like I asked it, can you combine an acorn and a pine cone? And this was the best that it gave me. It was really the best that it gave me. Anyway, after the sleeping oak and the acorn, we shall discuss the soil. You know, the stuff seeds typically grow in. I gotta say that because hydroponics. But we're not vat tube people yet, I hope. So, what does the right soil look like? How do we create the right soil for ourselves and one another? Then we'll end today with a discussion about water. Specifically, how do you water the seed of potential that you are? It isn't enough to have the dirt ready. We have to have a strategy to nurture our seedlings into actualized plants of wonder and greatness. Couldn't help myself. Shall we? We shall. Okay, so let's talk about the sleeping oak within the such acorn. Have you ever considered, yes, have you ever considered how a tree is embedded in its acorn self? Or how the word embed already implies sleeping from within? Yes. Have you thought about those endless stubby nubs, you know, the little acorns on the grass that you trip over every season? Isn't it curious how within them is a near exact likeness to the tree by which it lays, its own unique oakness, or how any baby, any animal, human, or insect, all of us have within our seedling selves all the potential we'll ever need. For we humans, whether or not our potential or set of potentials bears fruit for you, will be for you to explore, for you to choose, and for you to cultivate. Yet for now, I want you to pause. You don't have to pause the video per se, but pause and ponder. All things in our world start with their fullness. Ponder that all things start with their fullness, fractally stored in their seed forms. You know, I'm sure some of you have had people in your life. I know I have had very specific people in my life where it's just like you can see they're brilliant in across so many different domains. They have so many aptitudes. They have what might be called potential. And all you do is see them squander it, waste it at every moment. They choose never to exert the potentials that bring out their best self, that bring out their greatness. Instead, they they have these potentials of shirking responsibility that they nudge and they actualize and that they mature into the thing that kills all the other potentials that they have. So you also might know people on the flip side of that, people who didn't really start with much potential, or maybe their potential was kind of hidden from you. You didn't really see what their capacities were. The next thing you know, they're like manager of some chain of stores. They're like a district manager, or they're like running their own, I don't know, YouTube channel or something. In the end, it's amazing to take a step back and be like, wow, that person went from like completely being kind of not so sure where they were going to end up in life to they're on a better track than most of the people I know. So if you are that person or you know anyone who are people like that, it's important to understand that potential is something that we choose to exert in this life, something that we choose to get in touch with by understanding ourselves, by understanding what we're gravitated towards, by understanding, well, ourselves. And by knowing thyself, you can choose to become the better version of thyself in this life. But let us keep the ball rolling here, friends. I'm going to move myself just a little so you can see this beautiful word there. Yes. And we know if even if you're, you know, unlike me without the green thumb, I've got like some thumbs. I got the pink thumb. I got a pink thumb. I'm good at growing people. Anyway, all seeds need the right soil, right? They need the right environment to grow. Still, even a stunted tree grows towards sunlight, I once read. So trust that there are parts of you that always lean towards the light, regardless of what you endure. In that vein, that which you are will grow out the gates. It's like this hair just grows kind of without me trying to do anything about it, right? Or, we don't grow out the gates, but we come out of our moms, right? We emerge into the pot of our families, during which time the love, the nurturing, and discipline present during our upbringings different opportunities to interplay with our behaviors, teach us and shape us, shape what we know about ourselves, shape what we understand about ourselves. Now, if you stick with me in different content, we're going to explore a ton of this stuff in my live feedback videos, especially the first three energy centers. Go check out our first tribal video. You're going to love that. But stay tuned for more in the future because we will be going into the more nuanced aspects of figuring out what those potentials are inside of you and how to harness them. That said, what is the right soil? Before we go there, let's have a little wordplay fun. Let's get a little board action going here. Let's look at this beautiful word, soil. So I'll start from up here. Here, I'll even stop sharing my screen. There we go. All right, so you should be able to see this better, okay? So we'll start from up top. And that's a dead marker. Why do I have a dead marker? Soil. And we're going to break it down. First we've got so, as in, so what? Or so, like, to weave and thread together. Or we have to sew, S-O-W. So we've got so, we've got so, and we've got sow or so. Not the pig sow, but the sow or the sow. So we've got so, so, and so, and the latter, which means to plant or to scatter seed. Now we're getting somewhere. Cool, I promise. So then we have ill. And we already know one of the versions of ill, the not feeling so hot one, the double L one. So we can put that down. We've got ill. But then we've also got ill, which if we refer to our Hebraic or Arabic or Aramaic roots, ill is another name for God. Oh no, my tuning fork. Forgive me. Stage is falling apart. Anyway, so we have so and we have ill. Soy ill. Yes. So the soil essentially is that which we materially bring forth the one. Mm. We materially bring forth the one, as in our higher power. This is where we thread and weave together our God realized self into this world, or where we plant or sow the seed of God, seeds of the one. Wild, right? Well, we're not done yet. So if you recall from 2 slides ago, I bulleted that love is what constitutes the right soil. And in that last slide, it said love, the soil, something or soil, love, something like that. And the theme of sowing our God selves and sowing the seed of our God selves, the idea of love starts to take on greater meaning. First and foremost, love is, according to every spiritual teacher ever, the ultimate force and power in this universe. Sounds like the kind of stuff that grows anything, right? Well, Walter Russell tells us in The Universal One and this other uh, books and lectures that God thinks in light and that love is light. So, due to transitive property, God thinks and creates with love. So, in our case, how can we define love here? Well, we'll always go back to our first principle. You remember it? All is one. Yes, all is one. So, love, in that case, is the gentle yet effervescent, bubbling feeling that you are continuous with all that is, continuous with the one, and can readily acknowledge and feel the beauty and light that is the one in all things, and connecting all things to the one. Yes, love means communion, coming together, communion with the one, and becoming a fountainhead for the one's life spring, love, the joy of oneness. You might be thinking, I'm not sure that's what my mom means when she says I love you. Or is it? I don't think I'm personally stretching the definition of love here. You just have to shift perspective of what someone means by saying it. Love is seeing another as an extension, a desired extension of you. Love is withheld when you are undesired or acting undesiredly. Yet it's unconditional at times because you are part of the one family in this case, which means that you're cared for and because you complete the whole unit of the family, the one. Saying, I love you is like kind of saying, I really like what I envision about you that you're doing, or I really like that you embody what's meaningful and beautiful, conditional to me, or unconditionally in the phrase, I feel and acknowledge that we are made more whole because of you, and I accept you as you are. So, with love being communion with the one, being the feeling of oneness, and feeling the one from within, then that is the soil. That, my friend, is the soil from which all seeds, all of our human seeds grow and mature, and from which you can tap into your truest potential. Walter Russell also tells us that all comes from the one and all returns to the one. Yes. And that God's divine idea is purposeful forms in action that burst forth inwardly into God and dissolve into other forms within God. God is not his mind nor his imaginings, yet we are in God and can think with God in his imaginings. So, if love is what generates, dissolve, and reforms, then love is indeed the soil from which all grow as our seed selves and return to the one, either God realized in actualized potential or God muted in unrealized and exhausted in our potentials. Yes, because what happens in the soil? The soil grows things grow, things decay, they return to the soil. That is love. That is love. If it isn't, then what the hell is it? Let me share my screen again, friends. Thank you for your patience. Bring myself back down into this corner, and we shall click. Oh, great. Sorry, guys. All right. So, if love is the soil, how we water our seed of potential? How do we water our seed of potential? What is the water? How do we know what's in our seed reaching out to blossom? How do we know what to water? Okay. So, specifically, Walter Russell also tells us in the Universal One from his revelations that God creates through sex desire. Again, that is sex desire. And that sex is the desire at this cosmic level for the appearance of being, which constitutes the appearance of existence. Russell continues, nothing can be, nothing can exist or appear to exist without desire to be. All things are which desire to be. Want that to sink in because there's so many people out there whom I know that are close to me that question why they're alive, why they're here, and if they should continue. Again, nothing can be without desire to be. And all that is desires to be underneath it all. You are here because there are parts of you that want to be here. Never forget that. Carrying on. Russell tells us that sex is the apparent division of the one, the monad, the one, the whole, the father, mother, mother, father, into opposites, and its unification of said opposites for the continuity of existence, the imagined purposeful forms of the one's mind. Russell goes on to tell us that the process of desire is this internal, meaning unending desire to multiply and divide or manifest and dissolve only to remanifest anew as something else. Let's take a moment, shall we? Time for some board time, friends. We have our soil, our so ill. We are sowing God. We are sowing our seed cells. But let's come to another word. Let's come to another word. Do we have another color? Let's see. Does the green one work today? Yay. Desire. D. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, it comes up kind of. I'll do it in red just so that we can make sure that, or do we got blue? No, the blue one didn't work. Sorry, friends. Technical, such difficulties. Let's see. We'll give it like a little layering. You ever like layering? You ever do this? I'm no artist, so forgive me. That's not true. I'm an artist at heart. Except my artistry is called fartistry. Anyway, desire. D and dire. So D meaning of or out of. So we can put that on the board, right? D of slash out of or out from. Yes, out of and out from. And sire, right? We've got sire. Hello, sire, meaning God or king, lord, ruler, the big cheese. So, to desire is to be of the one, to mold and move out of God that which you desire. Yes, to be of the one and to mold and move out from the point of God within you. Within you. Well, there's not much room here, but within you, the moving of God outwardly, molding from the soil your desire. We started with the Fibonacci. We're going to end with the Fibonacci. Anyway, again, the soil being love. So, where love is the soil, that which you desire is your potential. Again, that which you desire is your potential or lack thereof, right? Not all of us want things. So, maybe that's your potential. And it is your continuous desiring and action towards your desires. Again, keyword action towards your desires that moves potential from the soil and then back into it for regeneration. Makes a heck of a lot more sense now, doesn't it? Loves the soil, desire, your potential, what moves the seed out of the soil and back, out and back. So where love, the soil, gets you started, your, desires will show you what qualities you enjoy expressing. Your desires will show you what feedback you get for such expression of such qualities. And what does leaning into said expression or said qualities allow you to cultivate if you continue to act on such desires? So, again, where love gets you started, where the soil gets you started, your desires show you what qualities you have. They show you your aptitudes, what it is you're magnetized and gravitated towards. It shows you if you lean on all those things, what feedback from the environment you're getting, the people around you. And then if you lean in, what happens? What happens when you cultivate that? And what happens if you continue to act on all of these? Now, I note here, obviously in the slide and earlier on, that the key qualifier here is balanced desire. Balanced. And this is because all desire, now I want you to listen real close to this one. This is because all desire is acknowledged and welcome in the one, welcome by God. It is welcome and will call forth the one, call forth our higher powers to multiply into your desire if you want it in your heart. Yet, all unbalanced desire must be reckoned with in the unfolding of said desire or potential in your life. Think about what you've wanted in your life, what you've desired. Have you considered if what you want is wise? Have you considered what you'd be able to give or give of yourself should you get what you want, should you get what you desire? Or have you considered what would unfold if you do not get what you desire? All of these questions are the process of determining the balance of your desires, are the process of balancing your desires. You might be thinking, but Jordan, that means if I desire defiled and evil things, you're saying God welcomes it and will get to work on bringing it forth into my life? Well, if you desire such unholy things in your heart of hearts, yes, the desire in your heart means to feel deeply connected with the outcome and imprint on your heart center that intense feeling, that intense connection that you have to what it is you want. Yet again, you must consider the questions at hand and the balancing process. Because what you desire, again, will stir the one to conspire to bring forth your desire, yet without love, aka the right soil, and without consideration for the becoming and the unbecoming of your desire. Remember, things emerge and then they return and then they go again. Yes, yes, yes. They call it reincarnation, something, something, something. All right, where was I in my notes, friends? Sorry. And without consideration for the becoming and unbecoming of your desire, aka your potential actualizing, your desire will be manifestly unbalanced. This means there's always a price in exchange for what you desire. It's not as simple as God, I have 30 God bucks. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I wish it was like that. But this is hence why evil desires are kind of a distinction without a difference, at least from the level of God, from the level of the one, because all goes back into the box for regifting, back into renewed appearances in the one's imagined forms. What the right price are in exchange will depend. It will depend on how well you've been paying attention. Just kidding. We will explore more about the right prices in exchange in time. For now, recall, though, that all remains unchanged in the one. We discussed this in Know Thyself. This is why you add it to your watch later. Yes, all remains unchanged in the one. The one is perfect, uncorruptible. It's already balanced. Everything is already balanced and righted within the one. So please keep this front of mind when navigating what potentials you desire to actualize in this world. Coming back to our friend Walter Russell, he tells us that every lightning strike is the balancing of desire at the level of the earth. That electromagnetic dynamos circuiting from unbalanced charge and pressure differentials back to their grounded and balanced interchange, returning storms to calm weather. Think of your potential and your desiring as a process that is, at best, a balanced interchange. All may already be reconciled in the one, yet you must actively balance yourself in the measure that all cause has its effects. Again, all cause has its effects. So be wise in the creating of cause and be wise in its manifesting of you in this world. Some might come away from this message feeling maybe a little discouraged, to want anything at all, to desire anything at all. Let me be clear. Let me be clear and transparent. This is your call to communion with the one within you and your call to bring forth your potential. So, my friend, desire. We're here to create. Come, 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 come. We are here to create as purposeful forms in action. We're here because the parts of us want to be. So let's be. Let's create. Let's love. Let's desire. Then let's get to work. Because action in the direction of your desires will stir your seed to a sprouting. But we'll cover the power of action and fine tune this desire process and content to come, my friends. Yes, we will cover the power of action and fine tune everything in the time to come. So if you want more videos like this, please comment below, like this video, smash it to this one, not to this one, smash it to this one, because it tells us that you such desire the good, yes. Or feel free to shoot us an email at withoutboundsnow at gmail.com. Again, withoutboundsnow at gmail.com. Make sure you have subscribed if you have not already. I don't care if you hit the alert video. I don't have alerts for anything. No one should have to notify me about stuff. I'll go searching for it. such as you who have found me this day. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for being on this journey with me. My name is Jordan, here from Without Bounds, where we heal, uplift, and empower you, my friend. So I look forward to seeing you again. Peace and the victory to you.